It's Martin Luther King Day. Thought today would be a good day to make a video to remind you of all the things that MLK did and said that largely go unnoticed. Particularly, it seemed appropriate to me on this day of all days to mention, Martin Luther King's economic position. That we were far too rich a country to have people who were so poor. That we had an unequal distribution of wealth that we need to do something about. And that seems really appropriate to me today because, of course, in addition to honoring one of the great Americans in American history, Martin Luther King, we're also inaugurating one of the worst Americans in American history. Hello and welcome back to Resist 47. I thought I'd step in here and make a quick video in which I hope to, create a sense of hope for you on today, which is Trump's Inauguration Day, as well as being MLK Day. A day that many of us have dreaded and not looked forward to, a day many of us worried about. And I'm not here to tell you we don't have things to worry about. We certainly do. We have a president who is his party has unified control of all three branches of the national government, which, was terrifying back when he was elected president for the first time. And it's even scarier now since he's even more unhinged and he's made a concerted effort to appoint nobody who's qualified to actually do the jobs he wants them to do. That's all depressing. It's depressing to think about how much damage he's going to do to democracy, how much damage he's going to do to the, social safety network we have, how much damage he's going to do to foreign relations, and how he is going to do everything he can to usher in, a true American oligarchy, Russia-style American oligarchy with himself and Elon Musk and others whose wealth has bought them influence and has bought them power to really, take away the things that most Americans depend on, whether they know it or not. But amidst all this, I wanted to tell you something which, has given me hope in thinking about this day of all days. And that is that today is the beginning of the end. Today is the beginning of the end of Donald Trump as a political force in the United States of America. He can never be elected president again. He's at his limit. This is it. And on top of that, in 2 years, we'll have midterms. And I'm not worried about there not being midterms in 2 years. In 2 years, we'll have midterms, which will, if form holds, will weaken his control of the government. We'll likely see Democrats win control of at least one house of government, which will further limit his ability to do damage in the last 2 years of his presidency, in which he will be a true lame duck, in which I assume, in part of the spell that he holds over the American people and over the Republican Party specifically will be broken, that he will be on his way out. So we can start the countdown clock today. 365 times 4 minus 1. That's what we're looking at now, which, in a way is a hopeful thing. I know a lot of you are thinking, well, won't somebody just come in and pick up the mantle of Donald Trump and MAGA? But, really, who's that person going to be? As much as I detest Donald Trump as a political figure and as a person, he obviously has some kind of charisma which allows him to connect to other people. And you're going to tell me J.D. Vance has that? Come on, he doesn't. He doesn't have that. So on top of that, Trump, brooks no rivals for control over the Republican Party, and he undermines the very people he counts on. Look at how much damage he's done to Lindsey Graham as a human being and as his political reputation. He's not going to, sit by and let somebody take over and become the front runner and the leader of MAGA in the last 2 years just because he can never be president again. So, commit to work, commit to resisting President Trump and his illegal activities, his immoral activities, and doing all the things that we know that we have to do, try to make that true, but also take a little hope that today is the beginning of the end. Have any questions, any comments, please leave those in the comment section down below. And as always, thank you for watching.